booming is quite difficult.
就是 boomman 的那个职位是比较艰难的，因为他就是要随时跟着那个声音的来源去移动，然后就你可能就是要随时的准备去移动，然后跟着那个声音的来源这样子。
Okay, so you have to be aware of where your camera is. And then it's usually, if you're making a documentary, it's usually good just to stand like where she is, a little bit off to the side, but almost the same as, like, we don't have a lot of space here, but this would be a good place, maybe right here, if we had more space.
然后如果像纪录片在拍摄的话，就是通常就是会跟那个摄影师站在同样的位置去录到那个声音这样子。
Okay. Why don't someone else try, so everyone can have a try?
那就是其他人要不要试试看拿泵感觉？
Everyone will try, don't worry.
有没有人要尝试拿看泵？
Good. Remember, it's like climbing the ladder. Good, yeah, like that. And then with your fingers, you don't want to be touching too much. Yeah, good. Not usually. Yeah, good. Don't. This is a sensitive part, so that's good. Yeah. And then if I'm moving, I'll be moving like this, and then maybe I'm talking because I'll be talking to the camera. Yeah, and I've explained and I've seen it. So good. You have to really move. It's kind of booming. Booming is a lot like a dancing.
就是 boomman 就是通常有时候在片场的时候像是在跳舞一样，因为他要就是小心翼翼的跟着那个声音的来源走，但是他的脚又不能发出声音。
The key is to always have that pointing directly at the mouth, because you can imagine, as soon as that thing goes off the mouth, the sound will change.
就是你们就是 boomman 要很注意的，就是他的那个麦克风要就是那个位置是要很正确的，就是对准那个声音的来源，因为它只要一旦偏离了那个轨道的话，它那个声音就会转变，就会变不一样的。对。
That's why in the bigger budget film, you'll also see, oftentimes, you'll often see that they'll have a mini microphone hidden for every person that's talking, right? Maybe if you're having an interview with someone, you have a mini mic here and a boom, so you have two options for this.
就是如果就是像有些摄影，有些影片在拍摄的时候，就是会有用那个隐藏式的麦克风，就是会别在像就是在那个胸口这边，就会有一个隐藏式的麦克风，然后再加上一个泵这样子。就是你两只手如果比较靠近的话，它是比较能够控制你想要就是那个方向性，就是你比较能够去控制那个泵感的那个方向，这样子。
But be careful of this area because it's a sensitive area. So usually here.
然后要小心它那个就是变长的那个地方，那个旋钮那个地方，就是它是一个非常敏感的地方。就是你碰到它的话，你可能抓住它，就想摩擦到的话，就是会有那个声音出现。那个声音很容易那个声音也很容易就是会录到那个声音里面去这样子。对，所以就是要小心那个中间那个部分。
Yeah, move around a lot. Because that's really how it is. That's really how it is. Now, remember, you can see it's hard just to even stay on the mouth, but also to get out of the side of the camera is really hard.
就是这是 boomman 是一个非常艰深的工作，因为它就是要在那个要离那个位置比较近，但是又要在那个影片那个画面之外，所以它就是通常会这样子举着，然后这样子一直移动，再一直移动。
So another way you'll often see is a really, really long boom.
然后另外一个方法就是另外常见的方式就是用一个非常长，就把它拉到最长。
Stay there, yeah. And then you'll see a boom man, right next to the camera person.
然后就是站在那个摄影机旁边。
That way, you usually for a documentary you'll see the boom person somewhere around the camera, because she does the documentary filmmaker may shoot here, you don't know where he's going to shoot. So to stay out of his way, you'll often see the boom man kind of back here, but with a really long boom that's kind of high.
就是在纪录片拍摄的话，它就是那个，因为它是记录生活的东西，你不知道它的那个镜头会随时会向哪边那个移动，然后所以就是它就是通常那个纪录片拍摄的那个人的话，他就是会 就是站在那个摄影机的旁边，然后去做移动这样子，这样然后会把那个泵杆拉很长，然后去做移动，那这样子就是这是通常纪录片拍摄的那个手法。
You can imagine then that there's got to be a lot of communication between the boom man and the cameraman. Before you start shooting, usually they say, hey, if you're going to go to a pan up or go to a really long shot, then you got to let me know. You got to give me a signal or something before you do that, or else my boom will be in the
就
shot.
是通常在那个拍摄的时候，就是崩妹会跟那个摄影师协调，就是因为就是如果就是那个摄影师有做那个配的动作的话，拍摄长度就是你要去 hold 的那个泵就是会 hold 得
You
很
can
久
hold it like this too.
所以你就可以就是撑在
You
这
won't get
边
too，tired.
然后就是比较不会累这样子。
Yeah, you're supporting it with your hip.
就是你可以用腰这边的力量去支撑那个泵，然后这样子的
You
话，
can't move very much that way.
就是你就，但是你这样子的话就不能做太多的移动动作这样。
More common, like I said, more common and generally easier is a boom about this size. This is about the standard. So,
就比较标准的长度的话，大概是这样的长度，然后去就是录声音，这样子的移动和那个是会比较顺的，就是这样子的长度会比较好操作，这样子。对。然后你们在握的时候，就像在爬山一样，就是。
be careful of this spot. Yes, of this part. Because this part makes noise if you move. So yeah, your hand usually you don't want on the twisties.
就是你们就是在握的时候要注意到它那个关节的地方，因为它那个是塑胶的，你如果就是手去碰到它的话，它会有声音，那个声音就会很容易就会被录进去到那个你所要录的声音里面这样子。对。OK。振幅的大小，那就是如果那个声音是很大声的话，它的振幅就会越大；那如果声音很小声的话，它的振幅就会越小。
And actually, in English, I don't know about Chinese, but in English, if you read this, it says higher amplitudes are interpreted as a higher volume. So if the wave has a higher amplitude, then it usually has a higher volume. And the word in English for your stereo system is for this thing. These are speakers, and this in here is an amplifier. A lot of home stereo systems have an amplifier. This amplifier, AMP, amp, means amplitude. Amplitude means amplifier. Means boost the signal. So, it comes from the same word, amplitude, amplifier.
就是 amplitude 就是指振幅的大小，那个通常就是振幅越大的话，它的那个音量就越大；那振幅越小的话，它的音量就越小。然后那个像就是 amplifier 的话，就是那个扩大器，就是那种扩音器的那个机器这样子。
Amplitude is very important in sound because amplitude is basically almost corresponds to volume. Okay, so if the wave is strong, if the amplitude is big, the volume will usually be big.
就是那个振幅是非常重要的，它就是取决于那个音量的大小。那如果这个振幅是越大的话，然后那个声音是越强的话，那个振幅就越大，然后那个音量也就越大，这样子。
Volume is our main tool for manipulating audio. So the main way that the biggest way that we mix audio, which is we take audio, we take, because there is decibels that are measured in positive numbers and then decibels that are measured in negative numbers.
就是 dB 的话，它有分正负。
For instance, the sound of my voice right now, if we measured that in decibels, would probably be somewhere around, I don't know, 60 or 70 decibels.
就是现在老师讲话的声音的话，大概是50到60左右的 dB。 就是它的音量大概是50到60。